Tonight's forecast is sponsored by Ashbrook Audiology, where relationships matter.
Hey everybody, it's Weatherman Dustin Staples. We appreciate your company as always. If you're new to watching us here on Comcast Cable Channel 21 or Chat Moss Cable, we appreciate all of our new viewers as well as you're watching our daily newscast for only Martinsville, Henry County's evening newscast you can catch here on Comcast Cable Channel 21 and of course our friends over there at Chat Moss as well. You can also watch us again. We've been having some technical issues with our YouTube stream this week, but if you've been catching us over the last 2 weeks or so, we've been streaming our newscast and our great programming that if you can't catch it on TV, we're on YouTube at BTW21 News. We do post our crime report, obituary report, and also go check out Luis's channel and also mine as well. The search of Luis Shamir and then again Dustin Staples there on YouTube for you can subscribe to that on youtube.com and just go on the search bar and type our names in as well, and on Facebook at Staples Weather and then BTW21. All right, here's a quick recap of the next predictable 8 to 14 day outlook of our temperatures. Yeah, not really much change is coming into play. As you see here, our color coding here is that gray looking color here, right around near normal. So we're going to remain just at or just a few degrees above normal, but we're not going to be expecting anything oppressively above average like our friends down here in Texas and Louisiana there, as they're expected to see some more triple-digit heat continue on for the next several days. They've been seeing record heat that has been continuing on for the last several weeks out there. And what's causing all of this, we're going to talk about why we've been seeing the long stretch of hot days as well as the storm formations that's been happening. We have an area of high pressure that's been stationary. So imagine a blue H here for high pressure that represents that and gives us that sinking air mass that has been allowing the ridge go up and around to cause those daily thunderstorms. So you're probably wondering, wow, our friends to the northern part of Virginia have been seeing a lot of rain, some thunderstorms recently, because what happens, that area of high pressure is dominating it and it allows that to go up and around, and which gives that a little bit more of a difficult scenario for giving most people here in the bubble of high pressure typical rain chances. And what it's been doing back and forth, the high was moving over here and then it's back over here, and thanks to that ridge in place that allows that air to sink down, it doesn't really have much of a movement to it. So that's what's been causing a lot of that too. But we do have a cold front that will finally move in our area as we make our way for the upcoming weekend. That may generate some scattered showers and some thunderstorms moving on in as well. So again, tonight temperatures are going to be going from the 90s to the mid 80s, and we'll stay in the 70s later on this evenings with those daily thunderstorms possible. We could see some loud thunderstorms with these storms moving in tonight. So if you thought about going to bed early, I mean, I would advise you to do that still, but your chances are getting high waking up with some loud thunderstorms over the evening hours. So we're talking after 10, 11 to about 2, 3 in the morning, we'll see some scattered storms. Again, the main concern is damaging winds, flash flooding, and hail with any storm that is out there too. So just keep that in mind tonight. We could have some gusty winds reported as the storm, as they're exiting our area this evening, moving from north to south. So tomorrow morning, you may wake up to a few areas of fog, but again, you'll most likely make up to fairly cloudy skies early on your Thursday. Temperatures are going to be mild and muggy in the mid to low 60s out there. So not a comfortable start to your Thursday. So, but a little cooler. That is the good news. We may have a stray shower early in the morning and possibly later in the afternoon. This is where we get our typical afternoon and daytime heating effect here, 85 for our friends in the city of Martinsville and Henry County. Elsewhere across the region, again, that stray shower, not limited to the city of Martinsville, but everywhere you go across our area-wide temperatures, 80 there in the city of Stewart, or excuse me, Palmetto, Sedan, 86, 88 there in Stewart, 88 Ridgeway, 85 here, again, like it's in the city. Same story there outside of Rocky Mount and Ferrum coming in at 84. So a mostly to partly sunny days expected. The good news is we have a north wind out there. It's been fairly comfortable with that north wind. Thankfully, if we would have had a south wind direction, thankfully that high pressure is in control, giving us that opportunity to give us some northerly flow thanks to that in place. If we would have had a southerly flow of that high pressure would be either getting us the Bermuda high, which goes out to sea, or we'd have a high pressure well out to the west. That would be impacting states Texas and westward along and west of the Mississippi River. If we have a southerly flow, basically meaning you get moisture from the south that generates a nice southerly uplift that it gives those our area-wide humidity, gives us more like a tropical feel for us as well. And thanks to that area of high pressure, if it was along the island outside of Bermuda and there along south of Florida and the coast, would generates the humidity with it too. So that's another science fact here you've been learning all week long. And by the way, this is Lightning Safety Preparedness Week. Just a fun fact, lightning strikes at 50,000 degrees. That is just too hot. You would basically, a lot of people hear stories, lightning strikes. I told you about that earlier this week. There's a couple recently in this regional part of southwestern and south central Virginia, hikers have got struck by lightning. And again, one incident was in Sidnersville. I think it was almost a week and a half ago at this point now. And I think the individual that was, I don't know the capability of the individual, but lightning is powerful, and it's one of the most deadliest summer deaths reported, on top of flash flooding and heat fatalities, which today I recently learned in Texas, there was a 5-year-old that passed away in a hot vehicle just outside of Texas because it was people unfortunately left him in the car. And so reminding you to look before you lock. Again, there's no excuse for anybody, not even a pet, not even nothing, to be left in a hot sizzling car of that magnitude. So other than that, remain weather aware of the next couple of hours. Going into your Thursday morning will remain hot and warm, and there's a little cool down possibly as we head towards maybe the end of next week, going into the first week of July. We're right there at that too. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful afternoon and evening. We'll catch you Thursday afternoon.
Your BTW21 weather forecast is sponsored by Zentmeyer Chiropractic.